just shot a monster. Well, it's 2016 and it is October, I think 24th. This is my first time out in the woods. This year I had, about 8 weeks ago, almost 9 weeks ago, I had double hip replacements. At the end of very end of August, and the recovery's been going great, but needless to say I haven't really been able to go out in the woods and do any pre-scouting, very little. I put cameras out before I went in for surgery, and I had a couple of nice bucks in this area by my house. Nothing huge, but a couple of nice bucks. We'll see. I'm excited. It's 2016 season. I've been itching to get in a tree stand. My hips are not great, but they're doing pretty good recovery so far. So we'll see. Well, I'm in the stand, and it's about 4 o'clock. I've been here for about an hour. And it is just, the wind is whipping. It seemed a lot calmer when I first got in here, like just occasional bursts, but it's really blowing right now. I got my dad's lucky shirt on. I've only worn this shirt, I think, once hunting, and I shot a buck that day. There's a lot of oaks. Nice oak flat up here. You can come up and feed. Well, it's like 8:30. I just shot a coyote about 15-20 minutes ago, a small one. I had one coming out in front of me down here. It looked like a really nice coyote. And I was trying to call him in. My mouth was so cold, it didn't really sound that good. But he stopped a little bit, but he didn't come in. Next thing I knew, I heard something up behind me. Way behind me, and here comes another coyote coming right down to me. Well, this morning, I don't think I got it on film. It was a chaos, but I had 2 coyotes come in, and this one came in behind me when I was trying to squeal in the other one. He came in behind me, and I kind of I shot him in the neck. I thought I hit him maybe in the spine a little bit. He dropped, but he didn't die right away. I had to put another arrow in him. I missed him on the first shot right over his back at like
30 yards, I think, maybe 25. And then he circled around and I dropped him. So the other one was much bigger. I wish I got him, but this one's a little one. He's not too bad.
Spooked him. Fisher cat again. Probably the same one. So it's November, I think it's the 4th today, and of course my camera battery's about to die. This morning I was in my #1 spot and I saw, I think, 4 different bucks. Saw one dog and a doe, saw another one on the same trail later, then had another one with its nose to the ground. 3 of them, if they were different bucks, it looked like they were good bucks. Half decent anyways. And then I called in a little stinker, like 4-point, right under my stand with the bleed call. He came right in, like literally a minute after I did it. He must have been close by. So now I'm behind my house this afternoon, and I swear it's like a cemetery over here. Like, this is the third sit, and there's just no buck sign, no tracks in the leaves, no pictures. Well, it's October 12th. Oh God, November 12th, the day after Veterans Day. And I haven't been in a stand in over a week. My season's been shot almost, because my work is not allowing me to take any time off the best 2 weeks of the whole season. It's right around freezing. And just had a small little buck come by. He was just feeding on acorns. He wasn't like searching for a doe or anything, but he was young, looked like a 4 or 6 point. The only other thing I've seen is a million squirrels in the jerk that has a stand about 80 yards up above me and 100 yards in front of me. He went up this morning just before light, up the tote right past me about 40 yards here, 30 yards. He had a beacon headlight, I swear to God, it looked like, and a flashlight in his hand. It looked like a spaceship coming through the woods. So he's up there, which is very annoying. He knows I'm here. It's a whole nother story, but it's pretty cold. The wind died down, which is great. Nothing's moving though. Well, it's November 23rd. It's my son's birthday. And it's in the morning. It's about 29 degrees. And really windy. And I got a couple does about 80 yards away. Feeding, or a doe and a skipper feeding on the ridge over there. Well, it's November 25th, or no, 26th, I think. It's 2 days after Thanksgiving, the last day of archery season in Massachusetts, and then Monday all the Orange Army comes out. I have not sat in the stand the entire season. My friend has sat in it once the other morning. On Thanksgiving morning, my cousin and my friend were on the other side of the swamp, and they watched a big buck walk right by my stand over here, come right through this area. It's a great spot. I'm actually only about 35 yards from my old tree stand. I don't know if I can see it over there. That's actually a homemade stand. It's been on there for probably, God, 15 years, but I took it down once to replace the wood platform. But nobody hunts it anymore. Can't really get up in it, it's kind of hard, so shot my first buck out of that stand. Well, that was pretty cool. That was 6 does that just came in. That lead doe was big. I should have shot her. I'm not really in here doe hunting, but I don't have any deer yet. I've passed a lot of little deer and does this year, but I do have a tag here. But there were 6 of them, and the ones in the back, I couldn't tell if they had racks, so I was just filming. I didn't really have my bow ready. I was trying to figure out what they were. At least I got to see some deer anyways. Should have shot one. Might be regretting that. Oh well. If you don't have regrets, then you don't hunt. The afternoon of December 2nd. And I'm sitting in my spot. It's the only second time I've hunted this stand. A few days earlier in the week I hunted it and had 6 does come in. And that was in the morning. But a couple of nights ago, my friend was coming in on the other side of the swamp to check his trail camera, and he saw an absolute giant with 8 does. And it was right down here below my stand is where they were hanging out, and that was at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's December 26th, the day after Christmas. It's the first time I've been out in like a week and a half. And it's it's like 17 degrees out, actually, this morning. It's been a tough season. I haven't been out a lot, but These squirrels are loud as hell in this frozen leaves and snow. Still some snow on the ground. I have no idea how this deer is not making any noise. Well, that was pretty stupid of me. Of all the years I've been filming, that's the first time that dealing with the camera cost me a deer. I had 8 or 9 does, and about 6 of them were all around my stand. And there was 3 that were about 15, 20 yards from me. One of them was a mother. I was just to the right of the camera, and she had me pegged for a while and was just staring me down. I couldn't really move. And then there was one right straight in front of me, just straight looking at me, about 15, 12 yards away. And I drew back on her just as she turned. She turned and went to go broadside. I drew back on her. She actually had a kind of a tree right on her vital, but the camera, I looked down, the camera was just off. She was just off camera. So, like an idiot at full draw, I went to go just move the camera over with my bow a little bit. And I let go a little bit, and my bow snapped back and hit the camera and everything, and they all ran except for that one and another one. But well, today is December 28th. There's only a few days left in the season. This will be my second to last set, I believe. Pretty much can do a little reflection on the season, and I'm just happy I got out this year. I got out quite a bit. I missed the best part of the season because of work. The whole middle of November I didn't sit out once, but I saw plenty of deer. Only one mature buck this whole season. My friends have seen a bunch in here, and I have not. I've only seen one, and it wasn't even here. It was over by my house. I've seen a few young bucks, but I've passed a ton of deer. A ton of does, and a few small bucks. But as I was saying, I'm happy I got out. I had double hit replacements this year, back at the end of August into September, and I recovered pretty well and been able to hunt. That really didn't keep me out of the stand. Had some issues early on, sitting and standing, but I've had tons of time to reflect on passing of my mom. My mom passed away this year, and of course my dad passed away like 4 years ago, and this is the toughest time of the year dealing with my dad, because I'd always call him after I got out of the tree stand every time. It's real tough. It's been a very emotionally tough last few months dealing with not having parents. It's just been very difficult to deal with, considering how close I was to both my parents. It's just really tough for reality when your parents are not here anymore. Just can't really explain it. But I know my dad was with me during the hunting season. He didn't push a buck my way, but that's okay. He's done it for me before, so can't ask for it every year. But yeah, it's been difficult dealing with this. So go give your parents a call or a hug if you can, because you don't realize it. You always know it's going to be awful, but you just don't realize after the months go by how much of a reality and just something you can't prepare for, how tough it is.